Hello, I'm Daisy, and in this video I will be doing a comprehensive collective reading for week 1 of this new year here in January. I hope that you have had a great start to this new year. So if this is the first time that you're visiting my channel, welcome. And for our fortune community, hopefully you are enjoying the diversity of my channel. All right, as I mentioned, in this video, I will be doing a comprehensive collective reading. We will start with the lunar influence for the week of January 2nd, starting on Monday, and riding it all along through Sunday, the 8th. And we will take a look at where the moon is in the constellations in the heavens and how it's affecting all of us here on planet Earth. Then we move on to the 7-day outlook for each day of the week, and we'll take a look at a highlight out there. I'll do one card draw and interpret that. That will be followed by angels and demons. Yes, what's whispering in our ears? Over here or over there? What will it be? We will see which one you will choose. And then that will be followed by the elements, where I will interpret a card for each of our elements, our fire signs, our water signs, earth signs, and air signs. So we'll get a little bit more flavor of what's influencing and affecting each one of our elements. That will be followed by a numerology interpretation, and I will do a 1-number draw and see what's the vibration for the week. And then I will do a subscriber community question and answer to one of your questions that you have sent in for me to answer. So we will do that, and we will close out our session with a 1-minute reflection and meditation and an affirmation that you can carry with it as your mantra for the week to help give you that much necessary boost whenever you might be feeling down. Are you ready? Let's get started. We will start with the lunar influence. Both the zodiac signs and the moon itself have strong influence on people and also impacts with nature and our ocean. The moon has a lot of tools for impact. Its phases, the days of the lunar cycle, how long it's in moving through the constellation, and also the constellation that it is passing through. The Earth's moon passes the whole zodiac circle in a month. So every 2 to 3 days, we're being influenced by a new zodiac sign. So understanding the characteristics of each zodiac can help us obtain information on how to maneuver through our day. So let's see what impact the moon is going to have on us this week, which is the first week of January. That is Monday, January 2nd through Sunday, January 8th. We find that on Monday, January 2nd, the moon is in wonderful earthy Taurus. Taurus, with its earthy grounding energy, is drawing us to this awareness for stability and comforts. So we may find ourselves resolving financial matters, looking for things that create stability for us, increasing our wealth, looking for a job, looking for resources, and directing that energy towards our family, towards that stability, and maybe even find ourselves engaged in some type of home improvement project. Then moving on to Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, that's January 3rd, 4th, and 5th, we find the moon now moving in through and to Gemini. Gemini is an air sign, and as with air signs, their attributes are of intellect and communication. This is of the mind. I would not be surprised if come Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, we are dealing with issues that need to get resolved. We're talking about information, communication. This could be about getting some ideas off to a good start, but definitely it is time to get these brilliant ideas out into the air. Additionally, being that Gemini does lead in the social society circles, I would not also be surprised if there are activities that will require you to be involved in meetings, social gatherings, planning things on a bigger scale. So with this waxing moon in Gemini, that is right, we are heading towards a full moon. This is auspicious for networking, for bringing a common purpose together, for sharing information, for gathering and learning things that may have not have been clear before, but this is the time now to start bringing it to the masses, to the team, to others that may be able to now to help you take this to the next level. Be ready for the change of the guards as Thursday in the afternoon is approaching, because then the moon begins to shift and move into emotional Cancer. So if you're in the middle of a reunion, of a meeting, or of a gathering, or a networking event, please pay close attention to the feelings, to the vibe of the conversations, to your intuition, as that energy may take a small shift from going into headspace, then moving into heart space, being that the influence of Cancer is coming from one of those very sensitive zodiac signs. So as you're approaching anything that's involving matters of family, friendships, this is really a good time now to bring that into the forefront. Also, if you are involved in a relationship on an intimate level, Cancer energy will be involved in kicking it up a notch in the relationship department. Additionally, let's remember that the moon will be in its splendor on January 6th. The energy of this full moon in Cancer could have you feeling a little bit more sensitive, probably in your dealings, whether it's events, circumstances, situations, or even with people as you're interacting with them. So pay attention to your emotions, to your feelings, and also be alert and aware to this possible heightened intuition. The moon is all about the intuitive and also that deeper self, finding yourself and finding yourself in your emotions. So pay attention to that as you're navigating through your day on full moon Friday. Then we still have Cancer on Saturday, so we still have this energy, and we're now still feeling this expansive energy of the moon as it's now moving away from its full moon splendor. The days before and the days after the full moon itself, you will almost hard to tell whether it's full waxing or full waning. If you look really, really intense, you begin to see the small sliver of the moon beginning its waning cycle. So there you have, and we still have Sunday, as now on Sunday, the moon begins its transition and positioning itself into majestic Leo. That's right. Knowing the characteristics of Leo, being bright, fire sign that it is, this is a very favorable for us to take this time on Sunday to kind of get involved in, catching up with friends, doing family activities and doing all those things that allow you to catch up on things that connect you with your creativity. So during this time, allow yourself to shine. Yes, shine with your brightness, shine with your expressions, celebrate yourself, celebrate others, celebrate anything that you feel excited about. Create, appreciate what, your journey has been. Keep in mind that this moon on Sunday is traveling through Leo. So some of that influence will want to take you over to the other side on the drama side. And it's not just any old drama. It's drama started up by a fire sign. So pay close attention to that, as well, as you may want to be the focus of attention, but too much of that exuberance and vitality might be a little bit overwhelming for others who may not be used to that. But that's all coming from that sensitivity of the moon itself and you being in the throes of that as well. So as I always say, if it's a little too much, you can always blame it on the moon. So there you have it. We have the lunar influence for this first week of January, flowing in from January 2nd through Sunday, January 8th. So let's move on now to the next section. In the next section, we will now take a look at the week ahead. One card for each day of the week. That's for Monday, January 2nd through Sunday, January 8th. All right, let's get started and give this a little shuffle and activation for the week of January 2nd through January 8th. And then we will lay our little friends out here. Monday, Tuesday. That's a 2-carder on that, okay? Let's see what we have for Monday, January 2nd. Monday, January 2nd, we kick off the year with this number 6, beautiful number 6, a reminder of unconditional love, a family of gathering. It could be that all this holiday coming together with families and friends, co-workers, and in our community has brought us a sense of unity, a sense of love, a sense of caring. And so we're offering peace, we're offering love. And so we have this energy coming back with this new year, kicking it on with the vibration of that number 6 in the House of Cups, sharing love and harmony. So here on Monday, we're feeling this positive vibe. Could be things from the past, could be things from the present, could be coming together with people that we have long lost contact with and they're coming back into our lives. So in the area of love, romance, and family, this is a reconnecting, a rekindling. Could be also that in an area of romance where there could have been a breakup, you're coming back together again. This is bringing this vibe. The vibe is bringing people together again. So something may be restarted, rekindled, and old friendships are also being healed and coming together again. So a time of healing, a day of reconnecting, and this beautiful vibe. So in the area of career, this could be that some of you are coming back to work. Some of you are probably being called back to an old job that you used to have, or an old position that you used to have that now there's a vacancy for, as you're having this new opportunity. And also in the area of career and job and in that higher academics, it's about learning lessons, learning new things, but learning it from a wholesome point of view. You're really connecting with what you're doing. You're really passionate about that. And in the area of money and finances, well, definitely a moving forward. And in this area, it could be a lot of things. And it comes to money, there could be partnerships are now being forged for that sharing of the pot. This could be a bringing of finances together for a bigger investment. Could also mean in another area of family. The family is maybe something's coming back to the nest. Someone's returning. And this is either going to increase the financial pool, as this money is going to also help. And partnerships of true interest to grow this business or start an enterprise. Okay, that is Monday. Let's take a look at Tuesday. Okay, so Tuesday's being governed by 2 major arcanas with the 0 and the 3. 0 is that starting fresh. So on Tuesday, looks like we're starting fresh with something, a new idea that is coming into play. You're really not worried about the outcome. You kind of feel very optimistic that the direction is going to take you is somewhere where it's fresh and new and where you're going to manifest and learn something new. And that is evident here as we have the 3 in the house of the Empress. The Empress here, all about this manifesting, all this abundance. But with the number 3, it's about inspiration, creativity. It's about communication. It's about the good things in life. It's about growth and expansion. So it looks like this might be on a journey, mental or physical, towards something that is going to amplify, to grow in the future. Something, an investment that is going to return its yield. While you have the innocence of this young Fool, as the card is known as the Fool's Journey, starting anew, starting fresh. And interesting because we are in the first week of January where many of us are setting our affirmations, our business affirmations, our personal affirmations, our emotional affirmations, relationships, financial. We're setting on this new journey. We want to stick with that. And we are kind of hook and sinker with the Empress, who is kind of letting us know, hey, see the world as the cup half full. See all the possibilities. Focus on that. part of this journey, and you will see that you'll have a great outcome. And as we embrace Tuesday, but we're also embracing this whole new week, this whole new journey, a lot of ideas. On Tuesday, we're coming in with the sense that whether it's this rekindling of a relationship or this whole idea of love and family and the neighborhood and charity, whatever this means in the world of love and relationships, on Tuesday, you are eager to move with this forward. You are eager to move with that. You are very supportive, and you are being supported as well. And you are willing to go the extra mile in this relationship and see where it's going to take you. You're not really worried about it, but you are willing to move with it. In the area of career, business, partnerships, charity, and community works, we see a lot of cooperation. Probably there is someone in this circle that's very nurturing, that's very supportive of you and what you are, what you want to do. And when it comes to your business, your career, your hobbies, be ready for an infusion of creativity and let it flow. So if you had a writer's block or a creator's block, that's gone. There is going to be a whole portal of energy coming into you, and you are ready to explore wherever that's going to take you. New horizons, new adventures. Okay, Wednesday. The Tower. Let me put it right side up where we can see the imagery, and you can go to my Learn Tarot playlist and look at the Tower card and get a little bit more idea of its meaning. And in this sense here, we are working with the number 16. We've got a couple energies here, the number 16 itself, which is the number 1, and the number 6. So this combination now talks about these new beginnings, which again, we see this resonating in this new year, this new week, the first Wednesday of the year. Something new, right? And so we're looking at this, but remember the card came upside down. So there may be something, as excited as we are, there might be some slow progress in what we are trying to get involved in. Something is going to kind of be a manageable crisis, let's put it this way, since it is in the reverse. With the number 6, as it's representing, remember what we saw over here, this unconditional love, there may be something that has to do with this relationship or something at work or a partnership at work or in your business. So we see this little riff coming in when we take the number apart. So as the whole number 16 itself, it's talking about your thoughts. So we're talking about that creativity. Remember the creativity, we create our reality. So what is it that all of a sudden, come hump day, there's a little block, but you're managing this. So it's important that you have a full follow through on your thoughts. And what is it that you want that long game to look like? So it's important that you do listen to your intuition, listen to the subtle whispers of your angels guiding you through to make that right choice. So it's this number 16. The number 16 is just reminding you, hey, no matter what obstacles show up, you need to show up with your best positive attitude so that we can progress forward. When we get the Tower in reverse and we look at the 3 major areas, our love, our career, and our finances, what we see here is that we might need to make some adjustments. And especially if this is a relationship that is being rekindled, there was a reason why. There was a separation, and you're coming back, and it's important to make the right adjustments. Is this the right move in rekindling this? Are you having those second thoughts again? So when it comes to that, that's kind of a very heavy message that I'm receiving. And when it comes to career, as this is called the collective, and as I've mentioned before, this may resonate for some of you and this may not, but there is a collective that I'm getting this impression for, and that's who this message is for. As you're moving forward, there may be some issues with the company, maybe from management. They're not being forthcoming in the situation of the economics of the company and where the corporate office wants to take things. There may be some corporate layoffs. There may be trying to reduce, staff. So it's important that you stay on your game and give your best performance. While you may be worried about what management is doing, or if you're a manager, you may have received the notice that there's going to be some need for downsizing, and you're just trying to find out what's the best way to handle this. So big day ahead, but it's definitely something that you can manage and come through with shining colors. Okay, let's take a look at the next one, which is Thursday. Interesting with the Two of Cups in reverse. We started off Monday with cups right side up and these rekindling and all this beautiful stuff. It looks like 2023 is already off to the races. Let me put it in the right side up. And when we see number two resonates with the vibration of service and duty. So remember, we just finished getting this message here with something, falling upside down. Could be at work, could be in the relationship. It'd be interesting to see how this is going to play out for you. So as we look at just the number two, about balance and harmony, we're looking about understanding. We're talking about, this cooperation and collaboration. This also resonates in the areas of relationship and happiness and encouraging each other. So when we see this in the reverse, we are now looking at a certain situation, because if we look at some of the stuff that did show up first, we started up with this couple and it was right side up. And we moved on to Wednesday, where we see two main characters now also upside down. Two main characters now, a little bit more being revealed about this crisis or this situation. Maybe there's someone that there is a conflict with. Maybe you're not getting on the same page with. And this is causing a little bit of what I would call passive aggressiveness in this relationship, because they're not being totally forthcoming, but they're manipulating with the emotions. So be very alert about this situation. And it could be that it's causing some type of friction, and you're seeing this coming up, and come Thursday, something has revealed itself that is putting a little stress on the relationship or revealing a little bit more of the nature of this relationship. So could there be that someone is a little bit more needy or depending on this other person, and it's putting some pressure on the other partner? Very interesting where this is going. And in career, what does this possibly mean? Could this be that there's some tension at work? Could this be that, that tension that we talked about regarding some situation or incident that happened on Wednesday is now, revealing itself here? And could there be some conflict, at work? So it'll be interesting to see how this rolls out. And when we look at the area of finances, this is not unusual, that first week where now all the holidays are done, all the spending is done, and we're looking at our bank accounts and we're like, wow, did I overspend? And you're looking at how to budget your numbers, your finances, your bank account, and looking at, the situation that you have financially, and kind of not feeling really confident about, the spending that has taken place over the last month. So take a look at that. It's just something that you can assess. You've gone through it before. You're going to get through it this time again. Let's look at Friday, which is a full moon. Play it close to your belt, because this full moon is in Cancer. So a lot of emotions are going to come on Friday. And I could see, where this is at. There's still some turbulence. Let's look at the number card again, and it's interesting because here we go again. We start with the number 6 and we end the week with the number 6 in swords. We started in cups, but we ended in swords. It is in the reverse, where we're looking at some of our feelings, and we see that there are some troubles, emotions that we have, that we're contemplating about something, we're brooding about the situation emotionally, and it is not very healthy for us to do that, because if not, we're going to get stuck in that place. So as you look at Friday and how it's showing up for you, you may find yourself in your head too much about these incidents that have happened in the past week, and also about some relationship that you've had in the past. Let's look at this card right side up for a minute, and we see, had this energy been presented to us so that I could offer you the impressions here, that this person is moving on. and that there are calmer waters ahead. You are leaving the turbulence of your thoughts, the emotions, and the drama of this relationship behind you. Thing is that you may be bringing some of your problems with you, but they're not physical, they're all mental. So, but what do we see here? We see here that, there is no moving forward, because what's left with is too much thoughts in your mind. It's up here. The waters are up here. It's a lot of thoughts. You've got all the swords here. And that stability that we had here in this relationship, something is a little bit off. So that's interesting how this is going to play out here for Friday. And it looks like you've been trying to move on, probably move on in so many areas, but it could be that you're so exhausted but it could be that certain things have presented themselves, as we saw here on Wednesday and also on Thursday during the middle of the week, that now you're in between a hard rock and a hard place, and neither is really comfortable. And so when we also move over now to take a look at the area of career, could it be that the conflict that's created is now kind of trapping you in to the decisions that you need to make if you're a manager, if you're a boss, or if you are at work, you feel like you got trapped in, or maybe you sabotaged your own self. Maybe there's something that happened. Could this be that there was a relationship at work where now you have said certain things and this person now has broken your trust and shared this with others, and that has put you in a bad situation at the job, and so this happened here and you feel a little bit trapped and you got boxed in. And with finances, let's explore that area. For some of you, could this be that you're having a hard time dealing with the finances and you're avoiding how to work with that? And the best thing to do, the best thing that I've learned, is to look at what you have, however ugly or beautiful it is. It could be an interesting situation. It could be that you have so much that you don't know what to do with it, or you have not enough and you don't know how to break through from that. So either way, it is important that you assess where you stand. Start chiseling through prioritizing what is needed now. Not what needed tomorrow, 30 days from now, but what can I do now? And go through your resources. Go through your resources. If you have a financial advisor, contact them. If you have a broker, contact them and take a look at what you can do with your financial situation. Avoiding is not going to solve the problem. Let's look at Saturday. Okay, well, one of my favorite cards is this card, the Death card. I say this because to me, the Death card represents birth, rebirth. And because my son was born on a day of 13, on January 13. So here we have this beautiful number here that can now be broken down into several components. We could take the 1 and the 3, then we could add it all together as a 4, and then we could look at it as its complete whole. So having the attributes of both the energies of number 1 and 3, we see that it is bringing the vibration of new beginnings, of trying to move forward. You see it's moving forward and progress. And here, this is about self-expression, creativity, and growth. This is about manifesting things from within deep in your rebirth. And it is about reorganizing again and right judgment. We see the elements of the Pope here. We see the elements of the sunrise. We also see that we need to journey through the pillars of left and right of that judgment. And so this could be here for a collective group of you, a message from your angels here that no matter where there may be some upheavals, because this is the only other place that we see a dark card is through the Tower, which is also a major arcana. And it is telling us that it is manageable. And the Death card on Saturday is kind of allowing you to come back into a place of awareness, to know that this is happening to help you break new ground, to help you grow through and bring you through the other side, where there will be new opportunities waiting for you. And then when we bring it down to the base number of number 4, again, we are here talking about organization, service, and patience. That growing stage is not an easy stage, but it's not one that happens overnight. It is one that takes time through progress, through life, and through discipline. And so we bring this here, bringing it down to that base number. It resonates with those energies of the number 4 that is reminding us to come back down to that inner wisdom, and also to maintain our integrity and passion and conviction to do what is right. Okay, and let's take a look how we close out our week on Sunday. Okay, we have the 3 of Wands. Okay, let's take a look. So where we saw all this opportunity, and we saw the Fool with that wand, now you've placed that wand down. You have a better picture of what you want to do, but let's remember that the 3 did show up upside down in its reverse. And so what do we have here? Possibly you thought that you would be able to get started. You thought that, hey, this is the new year and I've got places to go with this relationship, or places to go with my business, or things that I want to do and accomplish, or make this move that I wanted to make. But as you can see, Friday, things slowed down considerably. And Wednesday's situation really didn't make this any easier. So what is it that we're looking at? On Sunday, as we look at, what has happened during the week and reevaluate our future plan, our 3-month goal, if we haven't done that, it's where can we get here? How are we going to get there? Well, we see that there are some obstacles, and it has to do with this relationship. Could be that this relationship is not ready to make the commitment that you are willing to make at this time. Or perhaps you are not ready to make that commitment at this moment, and you feel like you've got to make some compromises. You've got to hold on to some things and let go of some other things. This could be that a collective group, that when it comes to career or your job or your business, you're feeling boxed in, and some things have come up. And it could be that some of you might just, if you are in business and you have a team with you, you may just realize that the group that you have in your team or in your organization may not be aligning with what direction you see things need to be going, because right now your vision is also clouded. And as a leader or as a partner, the vision must be clear. We perish if we do not have clear vision. We have nowhere to go. We are stagnant. And so this could be, as you're looking at this career or this job or this project that you're ready to start, it's like you feel like you might have to go back to the drawing board, back to the beginning. And in the area of finances, for this other group, as I can read and offer this message, there could be some delay in getting some funds for a project that you started, or there could have been, if I'm getting a message about real estate transaction. So it looks like not that the deal fell through, but that the deal is going to take a little longer before the closing and before the funds are made available. So if it's with real estate, it has to do with funds or something that has dividends or money coming in. There's going to be a delay in that money coming to you. And there you go. Well, there you have it. And wow, what a start to 2023. It's okay. The month's not over, and this is a fresh new year. Let's move on now to angels and demons. All right, in this section, we're going to do angels and demons, where we get to see the way to move forward with this decision, whatever that may be. Which one will we choose? This is not a negative or a positive, one that either will reveal a way that might be more conducive to the decisions you need to make. Angels, demons. All right, angels. Well, we have this in the reverse, and it is the Wheel of Fortune. And we will first take a look at this card. And okay, there's a lot of symbols here, and this is from the deck called Sun and Moon Tarot by Vanessa Decor. Okay, so a couple things that we see here. First of all, we see a sphinx, we see a monkey, we see an alligator, and here, there's some of the symbols here would represent, as in with the Sphinx, represents the objectivity and wisdom. And the monkey is offering the message of flexibility and humor, and the crocodile has to do with creativity. And in the wheel, we see the letters tarot, and it could mean a few things. And let's remember that this is in the reverse, but let's take a look at those letters. Could it be tarot just in what it represents as the oracle and the impressions that, to look at signs? Or could it be the word rota as a wheel, that chance that we have, the wheel of life, where is it going to land? Or could it be orat, that refers to the base words for oratorio or communication, this area of communication? Or could it simply mean Torah as the Jewish law? And then they have this Hebrew character here, which is known as the Hebrew character of Kaf, and it is the symbol of the palm of the hand, and it represents strength. So those are the symbols on the face of the card, and then we have the number 10. The number 10 carries the energies of the 1 and the 0. And with the number 1, which resonates with those beginnings, and it reminds us of that we create our realities, and the number 0 is associated with that universal energy, that God force, that omnipotent, omnipresent, enveloping of everything, magnified. So we have this energy of that number 1 being magnified in the number 10. And so in its complete wholeness, number 10 is bringing you this vibration to activate your ideas, your thoughts, and your visions, and to honor your feelings and pay close attention to your intuition and take positive action towards the choices you're going to make. So then, as we look at this card in its reverse, the angels are trying to remind you that outside of you, that you cannot control. Just like the wheel of fortune or the wheel of luck, it is always spinning. We just don't know where it's going to land. Sometimes you're on top and sometimes you're on the bottom. But the one thing that we can know for true, that you will have a chance to play the game again. So here it is a reminder that don't hold on to things too tightly. Don't want to control everything, whether it's relationship or your job or holding on to things so hard with your money. But it is also about forgiving yourself, forgiving others, and learn to accept the flow. Learn to accept the now and to stay present in the now, and understand that that next second is right there, ready, revealing that new cycle. That is that elusive next second that you can see the clock move, but you can't catch it. You know that the next minute is coming, but you can't quite hold it. Yet you standing, you living, and you breathing are in that expression of the forever now. So there you have it. Don't take things too seriously. Don't hold on to things too hard. Okay, let's see what demons will reveal. All right. Okay, the 8 of Swords. The 8 of Swords. We did see swords over here on Friday. It was the 6 of Swords. So very interesting what we have here to play with. Okay, let's take a look at the symbols here. Okay, so we interference. Interesting. And we have the symbol for air, and we have this person here. It looks like this person is being played like a puppet, and around this person are the swords. So what do we see here? Number 8 resonates with the vibration of that personal power. And as we could see in this puppet, giving up the personal power is what's happening here, revealing this. Are you giving away your personal power? And the number 8 represents to personal power, confidence, your inner strength. It also resonates with manifesting and wealth and abundance, and also that inner wisdom and truth. And the number 8 is very tied with association with karma and the universal spiritual law of cause and effect. So when we see this card showing up in its reverse, what are we giving away? What powers? So it is through here, it is of letting go and releasing these strings. And as you move forward into things, it's letting go of the strings to take action. So either we're going to go with the flow, or we're going to be aggressive and we're going to take some action. And we're going to accept that we can recognize our own power and we can take responsibility. Just remember that the choices we make will have effect. Every choice we make has an effect. Remember, the number 8 is associated with the law of cause and effect. So it is very tied into that. So as you make decisions to free yourself of the past, to free yourself out of anything that you feel you need liberation from and make room for new things, keep in mind, are you going to be like the bull in the china cabinet, or are you going to begin to try and manage that way and that approach? So, but it's all in the mind and how you see that. Here you can move with the wheel of time and go slow and understand that there is a flow, or you can break free from your mind. Just keep in mind that there is a law of cause and effect at play. You can't really say the devil made me do it. All right. Awesome. Let's move on now to the next section, which is the elements of the zodiac. All right, let's give this a little activation, my dear ones. And again, we are doing the elements of the zodiac for the week of January 2nd through January 8th, Monday through Sunday. Let's take a look at what we're going to get here. We will start off with our fire signs, and then we will move on to our water signs, and then we will see what's in store for our earth signs. And lastly, we will take a look at our air signs. All right. Beautiful. Okay. Our fire signs. We are talking about our Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Are very strong characters, enthusiastic, they're passionate, and achievers. Okay, so we have the Queen activating the first week for our fire signs. All right, we look at the Queen of Swords, and a few things that we see here that I'd like to talk about is that I like to give a number designation to the court cards. The minor arcanas themselves stop at number 10, and then we have the court cards, which is with the page, the knight, the queen, and the king. So I go ahead and apply those numbers 11, 12, 13, and 14 successfully in the next succession. So that's why for me the queen is that number 13. 13, as we mentioned here before when we saw the death card, talks about that regrowth and rebirth, and very appropriate when you have this matriarchal persona in the deck card itself. So we see that in that sense, talking about rebirth. Great place for all our fire signs are Sagittarius, Leo, and Aries. Great place for that start. We see this person dressed in green, green representing knowing your heart. And then surrounded by that, your heart is with this red veil, this passion. There's authority. You're commanding knowledge. So you're starting off this week with a lot of power, with a lot of sense that you know what you want, not only out of this week, but out of this year. And you have some short-term goals that you are ready to achieve. And you have the resources at your disposal, not only resources that are divine and spiritual within, mental as well, but also external to you, because you're commanding them from inside and you're ushering all the power of your thought to make that happen. With the number 13, we have those numbers of 1 and 3, the base numbers of number 1 and 3 as attributes in making up this number 13. And with that, we see what? We see the beginning, With that, we have the vibrations of new beginnings, moving forward, progress, and attaining certain things. And yet, in that sense, there is a uniqueness of individuality. With the number 3, brings the vibration of communication, of expansion, of growth, inspiration, and self-expression. So when we take these numbers and we wrap them up into its complete whole that we see here, we are now in this area of reminding you that there may be some upheavals. Remember, we saw some things that manageable crises that may take place in your life. But you know what? As you move on, there's a greater understanding that each one of these challenges hold a valuable lesson, something new that's going to help you break ground and start something afresh. So the angels are asking you, to adapt the attitude of grace as you receive the blessings that are coming your way. Lastly, let's look at the whole number as itself when we condense it back to its basic, which is the number 4. The number 4 resonates with the vibrations of practicality, service, devotion. It's also the hard work and those good morals that you need. It's that foundation and justice, which we see here with the sword, which we see here with the death card. It is that theme that still is somewhat underlying that number 13. So bring on all this new energy and move forward. A great week ahead for our fire signs. Let's now take a look at our water signs. Whoa, we've got a major player coming out here for our water signs, and that's Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. And here, this is really about beautiful energy, the mystery, the private, the sensitive, the emotional. We are talking about the intuition. And get ready, because we have that Cancer vibe coming up on the 6th of January. So that full moon in Cancer is going to magnify our vibration for our water signs, Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. And Cancer definitely is going to be in the limelight in its own waters, so to speak. So we see here with the number 5 of the Hierophant, the number 5 resonates with the vibration of personal freedom, self-expression, also unconventionality, and not being attached to things. With the number 5, it also has the vibration of change, but change that comes through learned lessons in life, through those experiences, the progress of new things to come, of adventure and travel. And so we have this here because of the life choices that, you're making. So with our water signs, we see the situations that's kind of lining itself up. It's because of the life choices you've made and the life choices that you will be making, and how is that going to take you into the future. One of the things that I like to do is when I'm going to make a serious choice, I like to take a minute and kind of do alter reality play scenarios, like, okay, if I do this, what would this happen? If I do that, and try to play 3 or 4 scenarios. Not that it comes out all the time, but it feels like I'm kind of role playing. And should any one of those scenarios reveal itself to me, then I'm almost like ready to play the game because I've already, quote unquote, played it out in my head. So very interesting. Maybe it's something that you like to play with. So that's what we have here with the Hierophant. And another thing that we can extract from the impressions of the symbols here is a few more things of social order and society. You see these two people. We started the week with 2 people. We see the situation of 2 people played out in this card here. And that sense that getting advice, being organized, or having some social or community order in your life might be something that might be important for you. Another thing is to kind of realize is that it could be that you are questioning your core values spiritually, politically, emotionally. It looks like you're trying to define where do you stand in the bigger picture of those around you, in your family, in your community, in the institutions that you play a role in. So a lot of things are going on for you where there is a reevaluation, and it could be that you're looking for a deep change spiritually, looking for that connection. Okay, let's take a look now at our Earth sign. Well, another major arcana playing out. Our Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. These individuals are dependable, they're grounded, they're very reliable, very materialistic. They're here to play the game of life, and they want to play it good. So it's interesting because we have these 2 pillars here, and there was this energy of duality here, or that number 2. So we're going to look at the number 2 as it's being provided in this major arcana of the High Priestess. The number 2 resonates with the vibration of service, of balance, of duty, and this also represents relationships and partnerships. We could also see, because of the High Priestess, it also has a deeper meaning about our life purpose and living our life purpose and faith and intuition and something more meaningful in our life that could be revealed from within. So in that sense, we have the High Priestess here showing up, reminding you as you go through your day, as you go on to try to make some tough decisions about your relationship, about your career, about your finances. It really is that deep within you is the answer. And it could be that you are beginning on a spiritual journey. You're beginning to tap into this vast knowledge of light that is within you, of light and knowledge and wisdom that is being provided to you. You're beginning to see the glimpse of how you and this cosmic energy is working in your life. So here it's an opportunity to step into that, into each moment in your life with a little bit more, what I would say, grace, a little bit more of your whole self, and not just your physical self, not your mental self, but all of you, and to seek those answers inside of you, not outside of you. You've had enough experiences that you can begin to say, wow, this works for me. Might work for them, but that does not work for me. This is what works for me. This is what feels right for me. This decision makes best for me. And to be able then to put that out, especially if you are in a partnership, whether it's intimate or business, in a way that you can communicate so that you can continue on your divine path while you're still with this person in your life, or you're still with this company in your life, or you're making these corporate decisions financially with these people because they're part of this journey for you. And they might begin to see you as someone that now has, for some unknown reason, access to intuition, has access to wisdom, has some type of knowledge that before you weren't accessing before. And it's always been right there for you. So my earth signs, great message for the week ahead as you're going to be able to manage this. So far we've had 3 cards all in the up for our elements of the zodiac. Let's see what awaits our air signs. Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. These elements of the zodiac are creative, they're fun, they're full of ideas and adventure, and very exciting. So with our air elements, we've got the number 6, a theme that we saw repeated itself twice during the week. So this for you, for our fire signs and our air signs, these are very basic, mundane issues that you're going to deal with the week that just has to do with life. For our water signs and our earth signs, this is a very heavy week because it has to do with karmic lessons that now will be very pivotal for the months ahead. But let's take a look again at the number 6. The number 6 itself represents the vibrations and energies of unconditional love. We saw that in the reading earlier for the 7-day forecast. So for our air signs, this is a week where you're assessing what is important to you here. What are the loves of your life, whether they be relationship or material. So we're looking at this and how this is influencing and affecting the decisions we're making in our family, in our business, how we're balancing things out, balancing time with people, balancing what we're giving others, balancing our time, how we're balancing in our lives, how we're showing up in life. So we are here with the number 6 as we're looking at the imagery here. It is this way of giving, this opportunity not only to give what we have, but also to give our time and our energy, which is far more than the physical things we can give anyone. But the opportunity to see that you have this to give opens you up not only to receive more, but to also give more. And in that giving, we make room to receive. So this is a very beautiful card with the number 6 vibration coming in with this beautiful energy of peacefulness, of family, of unconditional love, of honesty and integrity, and showing up for your life, for others in that sense is such a blessing. And as we see this week for you, there's going to be opportunities to share. The blessing is coming for you. Receive all the blessing that's coming for you so that you can bless others, whether it's through knowledge, through finances, through time, through love. Here you are, opening yourself up because you have been given this bounty that you may also bless others. So very simple card here, very simple impression. You will have an opportunity to help others in so many ways, and in that also open yourself up to continue to grow. And there are other areas that you yourself can grow in financially, mentally, physically, and emotionally. So receive it all. Okay, my air signs, receive it all. Receive, receive, receive. All right, now let's move on to the numerology component of our collective reading. Okay, I will draw one and see what we will have in store. Ah, 2 and 2. All right, pretty much as we look at this, we are being balanced out. Is that balance game that we have, that we're playing here for many of us. And as we see this one card right here, I could sense that balance, making sure that you stay in balance. Okay, all right, so we see the number 2. The full number is the number 4. But what's so beautiful about this is that what was and what is, it is maintaining that balance. That is the secret. That is the game, the balance that you can bring to this new week and to this new year. So you have to balance things out. And as you create this balance for yourself, you're going to have stability. And whether it's in your relationship, whether it's at work or in your finances, having that balance allows so much room for more growth in your life, because that takes us then to the number 4. The number 4 resonates with practicality and organization, with service, because it's got the number 2 as its base number. We also have here trustworthiness. It resonates with dignity and the hard work, that stability that we see on a 4-legged table, to stay like that, that discipline. It's about systems. So you may want to, as you move forward into whatever project or plans, things that you want to do, create the plan, have the discipline to make it happen by doing what? Creating systems and order that help you maintain yourself on the path, because the number 4 has a vibration of dependability. And so we have this as the base here and the beautiful energies that's coming through. So definitely, stay with the resolve as you move forward with the decisions that you're going to be making. Angels and demons throughout your week and through all these beautiful vibes that we have. All right, let's move on now to the next section, which is community. The subscriber community question. If you are interested in getting a mini reading here on the channel at one of these weekly sessions, please enter your question on the post and I will grab it and bring it forward at one of the upcoming videos. The community question is, will my financial situation improve in the next few months? Okay, let's see what will be revealed. All right. Okay. Okay, Judgment. Okay, and we see that the Judgment is showing up in reverse. So let's take a look at this for a minute here. We see here the number 20. And isn't that something that the base number of number 4 was the number 2? When you take 20 and you bring it down to its core number, 2 plus 0 is 2. So here we have 2, and then 2 and 2. So in the area of what is called the Judgment, and it is in the reverse, here we see a person coming out of what looks like to be a coffin, and with their arms up, kind of clean hands, and the angel bringing in this new message. So what do we see when it is in the reverse? It could be that you have been so involved in self-judgment that you have probably missed a lot of good opportunities. And because of that, probably a lot of time spent in just getting ready for something that you're missing the opportunities that are coming your way. And that could give you a sense that you're falling behind and you're just not catching up. And it could make very difficult moving forward if you're stuck in that headspace. So this message from your angels, or here what's being revealed, is to be very careful not to get caught up in the had been, was, or the could be, and just move forward with confidence of what is now. So it's very important that you do that, and to take some time to reflect on what you have learned. That is the one thing you can do, is just the reflection part of what is the beautiful part of the journey that you have undertaken, and the gratitude of the people that have taught you the toughest lessons, that they also were a part in that game, playing the bad guy in your life, because there can't be a fantastic story if we don't have that little bit of tension. But as you do that, don't be too critical on yourself about what you could have done. And remember that forgiveness is the greatest healer of all. So take those mistakes, what you call mistakes, and just say, wow, that's a test that I think I can pass now that I got the cheat sheet. All right. And so I could see now why, because the Two of Swords is showing up because you're stuck in your head about what you're going to do next. And that makes it a little bit frustrating. If you can just reveal to yourself what the fear is or what the hesitancy is, and reveal to yourself why you're thinking these things, and then give yourself the latitude that it's okay, that there is no race that you're running. You are not running out of time. Time is happening. Time is here. Don't miss what life you have now if you keep counting the minutes of what can be in the future. So really important. And ultimately, let's see what is this here. Okay, so it's interesting because now we have the Judgment followed by the World, which is interesting because that is the next card in its succession. It's the number 21. And if we just look at the number for itself, the number 21, which has the base numbers of 2 and the number of 1, these vibrations, again, the number 2 showing up. And we're talking about, if you think about it in the area of the domino, the 2 and then the 1, it is about seeking that balance. It's the seeking the desire to serve, and not just for yourself, but how can you turn your journey into one that benefits others? And then the number 1, it's about those new beginnings. So we have this energy here. There is a motivation. There is a desire somewhere deep inside. And then we take the numbers and bring them into its whole. The number 21, there may be some new opportunities for you. That's what this is about. The new opportunities and the energy and the excitement that you can bring to those opportunities as you trust that you are divinely guided. So we take this now to the next level as the number 3, where the number 3 is about joy and inspiration and growth and community and sociability and communication, and this whole excitement of growth and abundance and freedom seeking. And what I'm concerned with is that, again, this card is in its reverse. So here, the answer to your question, will my financial situation improve in the next few months? It has a lot to do with you and your thinking, opening yourself up for all the opportunities, and that you need to understand that the world is at your hand. With the world showing upside down, could be a few things in answer to that question. It could be that the end of the way that you've been seeing things are going to change, and there's going to be a shift, and that you have a lot of what I call baskets, and those baskets have a lot of eggs. So there's a lot of opportunity. At the same time, you need to make these adjustments for yourself so that you can progress forward. This question, the way that I see it, the answer lies within you. Can you, as you make the shifts that you need to do by the choices you make and continue to improve the areas that need to be improving, and with those adjustments of that awareness of the now, without worrying about the future and without judging the past, you can actually create a clean slate that allows you to remove the bandage and accept this beautiful, pristine moment the way that it's being offered to you. Otherwise, you're going to miss the opportunities that God has for you. All right, let's move on now to the next section. Okay, in this section, I invite you for 1 minute of self-observation, 1 minute where you and I can create this beautiful space for ourselves, to heal ourselves, to come in communion with ourselves, our inner self. Give yourself that permission to turn off the world, to turn off your phone. 1 minute, 60 seconds that belong to you and the divine within you. Join me. I will ring the bell when we start, and I will ring the bell when the minute is up, and I will follow that by our affirmation. And now for the affirmation for this week. You can put it in your phone. You can keep it in a 3x5 card. You can read it in the morning, at noon, and in the evening, and allow this to flow through you and inspire you and bring you back to the state of now. Okay? I'll say it once, and the second one, you can say it with me. I am a powerful creator and choose wisely today. I am a powerful creator and choose wisely today. Session and time with me, and I pray that this will be a fantastic, phenomenal week ahead for you as you embark on the things that are set in your heart to do. May you be blessed.